Students, let's have a revision on what we learned in Python programming. First of all, what is Python? Why do we want to use Python? We use Python because first, Python is popular. It's a very popular programming language nowadays. Second, it's free of charge. This point, of course, is very important. Third, it is cross-platform. Cross-platform means you can run it on Windows operating systems, Mac OS, or other OS. And finally, it's object-oriented. And for a Python programming, the file extension is py. We can simply use a text editor to type the Python programming and save it with file extension .py. What is the advantage of Python comparing to other programming languages? Python, the first advantage is readability. This is quite similar to English language. Therefore, this is easy to memorize the syntax of Python. And second, Python uses a new line to complete a command. That is, when we press the Enter button, then we start a new command. Okay, to start a program, we usually involve some variables, and these are the rules to declare the name of a variable. The first rule is it must start with a letter or an underscore. Therefore, we cannot start with a number here. For example, this free lump is not a legal variable. However, if I rewrite it as num3, this one is a valid variable name. And second, a variable can only contain letters, number, and underscore. So what does it mean? For example, if I declare a variable with num $, this one is not valid. And finally, pay attention to the last point. The last point is variables names are case sensitive. Therefore, age, this one, and the second age are different because in the second one, the A is with capital A. These two variables are different. After we learned how to declare a variable, how to output a statement or output the result in Python programming. Let's take a look of these four outputs. The first one, this one, I declared a variable s, and I tried to print with this one, Python is plus s. What is the output in this case? The output should be like this. And the second output case, this one. We have the first statement, this one, set equals x plus y. And we will concat the variable x and y together. So therefore, this output and let's take a look at the third case. What is the difference between the second and the third case? In third case, the variable x and y are integer, not string. Why? Because for string, this one, string, we will have a double quote for those strings inside, and this 5 and 10 without the double quote. Therefore, print x plus y, the computer will calculate the result of 5 plus 10, and this output will become 15. And finally, how about the case for output? In this case, because x is integer and y is string, therefore we cannot add a string and an integer together, and this one is wrong. Now let's take a look of some logical operator. Actually, we need to learn at least 3 logical operators. The first one is not. This one is very easy. Not is the opposite to the original value. The first case, P is true, and not P, this one should be false. The second case, the value of P is false, so not false should be true here. This is very easy. And now let's take a look of other logical operator. How about the AND case? For the AND case, we have 4 combinations. The first one, second one, third, and the last one. The first combination is true and true. This one will have a result of true. True and false, the second combination will give a result of false. False and true is also false. And finally, false and false, of course false. After taking a look of the operator AND, we are now going to take a look of the operator OR. This case. For OR operator, either one of the statement is true, will result a true. Therefore, this one of course true. And the second case, true or false, according to the definitions, because one of the results is true, the results will be true. The third one, true. And the last one, because both P and Q statements are false, the result will be false in this case. Let's take a look of the applications of these logical operations. We usually have a decision-making statement. Decision-making. If else. If else, what's the meaning? If. This if means 如果 else if 否則 Okay, how to use this word? For example, let's take a look of the first block of statement without else. We only have if. If b is greater than a, now the value of b is 200 and a is 33. This is true. We will execute the next statement. That statement will be executed. And if we want to have more decisions in a block of programming statements, let's take a look at the second case. In this case, we have else here. As I mentioned before, this one means 否則. If b is greater than a, is it true? In this case, b is 33, which is not greater than 200. Therefore, this statement, the first statement, will not be executed. And we will execute the else statement. Therefore, the output is b is not greater than a in this case. How about the case with more than two decisions, like this one? This one, I use a less if programming structures. The first statement is if b is greater than a. Is it true? A and b are both equal to 33. This statement is not true. Therefore, this statement will not be executed. We will take a look of the second else if b. What is the meaning of this double equal? Double equals means compare the value of b with that of a. And actually b is equal to a. Therefore, this statement will be executed. That's all the revisions for Python programming.